the NNPC boss announced the closure of Port Harcourt refinery. So we cannot say the refinery is working when the custodian of the refineries has announced that they were shutting it down.
Okay.
Many times people say all kinds of things about me.
True.
Sometimes I ignore them. But there's always this danger that if you refuse to respond on some occasions, people who do not know that some of the people who talk about you are simply social climbers who have no interest in a healthy argument or showing what really is the truth.
Okay.
People are minded to believe their ignorance peddling. They are minded to see ignorance peddling as facts.
Which is wrong.
Which is very wrong. And for us as broadcasters, not just trained journalists, because there's a difference between somebody who appears on TV and the person who has journalism training. There is a whole lot of difference. Today we don't want to talk about that.
Exactly.
But when I went to Warri, I was fortunate. I'm a journalist who sees an opportunity to do a story nearly all the time. When I went to Taraba State for the first time, I said I needed to find out. Somebody told me a story that the Mambila hydropower project site, that there's no road leading to the place. I couldn't believe it because for years, at least for 30 years now, we had been talking about
Mambila,
it. I took it upon myself
to go there
and discover. And I rode on a bike on a very treacherous terrain. You climb a hill, come down to the valley, climb again. I almost lost my life. It was a policeman that threw, I was fagged out. The policeman threw his bottle of water at me.
Really?
So if somebody gets up today and says, oh, a journalist went to Tarab, to
Warri,
to Mambila,
okay, Mambila,
to find out whether there was indeed a road leading to the place, they will know it's me. The Yoruba say,
sure.
So when someone was referring to Warri refinery, he was referring generally to the terrible state of our refineries, and he said the journalist went to Warri, despite that the refineries are not working. Anybody who is literate, who went to school, because in school they teach us how to research. For example, they teach you how to get facts, not to manufacture facts, so how to locate facts from the books that you read. Any journalist, or even, let's say, any on-air personality who is educated will first find out what are the signs that you need to see to be convinced that a refinery is in operation. All over the world, the biggest sign, it is that flaring from the stacks. When I was in Warri, the residents told me that all through the years that the refinery was not working, there was no flaring. Check. If you go to Google, that's the first sign that Google will tell you, that you will know.
Exactly.
There are other signs that you need to look at. When I got there, I saw that there was flaring. I tried to get inside to do an interview. They said, no, there's a new leadership. Nobody speaks for them. Under Ojulari, it's like there is no media team for the NNPC, and it's such a mighty shame. Because things happen on their own, they were supposed to respond. The refinery was in operation. They didn't say anything. They didn't respond to the lies. I took it upon myself to show to Nigerians, and I played that video. Nobody sent me. I played that video. Nobody came out to say you lied. In the case of Port Harcourt refinery, even if, assuming that we were to leave Warri, you can see this is, these are the signs. When you go to Google, an educated person, because it's not everyone who wears tie, and that is actually educated, you know, you will see that these are the signs You can read, our viewers can read. You will see what they are talking about. I lived in Kaduna for years. And even when the refinery in Kaduna was not working, when they had that fire in 1993, I reported it. When DBN from France was brought in to handle the turnaround maintenance, and in the course of the turnaround maintenance, the fuel catalytic unit caught fire. Instead of them to bring Chiyoda of Japan that built it, they brought DBN. I covered it. So it's not as if we don't know about refineries.
So you know about refineries.
When I was in Kaduna in those days, when the refinery was active, we knew from the flaring. We knew from the flaring. So Nigerians can fact check us.
Absolutely.
When, on their own checking, what is the biggest sign that you need to that will tell you that a refinery is in operation? That flaring is what they will tell you. And I'm happy that even our producer went to Google AI, provided the evidence. So whatever I said at that time, you can see, flaring from this, a bright visible flame on top of tall stacks indicates excess gases have been safely burned and disposed of. That's just one. On top of the page, you will see that it is the sign. So we don't need this ignorance
comments, exactly.
Misleading the people.
And facts.
We don't need,
you know,
facts are
tools.
by nature self-evidence.
Are the tools of our trade.
So I didn't need, there are many ways to skin it. I didn't need to go inside to know it was working. Even the people that I spoke with.
They confirmed.
And I have videos of even articulated vehicles loading. I still have the video, loading products.
From the refinery?
Yes, I have it. And the correspondent who went with me, Zahid, and I mean, our correspondent that traveled with me at that time, they too.
They can confirm.
They can confirm.
Oh, okay.
So this is the thing. Nigerians should ignore journalists who are too lazy to read, who are reluctant to look for knowledge. We should ignore those. Look at the thing, flaring. They don't see the need to do stories, to add to the body of knowledge. Some of us are made to look for knowledge. So whatever situation we find ourselves, if it is to inform Nigerians, we take the opportunity. Whether it is in the Northeast or in Benue, all those things, we go there so that Nigerians can have information. We will not sit in the office, knotting a tie, all right, and then wearing suits made from cheap Asian fabrics, and we will now be telling Nigerians that what is not true. No.
Absolutely.
It has to stop.
All right, Mayor, I need you to just quickly weigh in on this so that we can...
Yeah, what I would just say is that I can understand where BK is coming from.
Okay.
Sometimes it is important to put the record straight
so
that we don't allow those who are ignorant of issues to run away with their narrative. But having said that, I don't think he should bother himself so much about that. We are in a age now where a lot of people do not have deep knowledge about what they discuss. You understand? As a journalist, you are first a reporter.
Yes.
You are supposed to look for news.
Exactly.
You are supposed to report news. That's your job as a journalist. That's your first primary duty. But we don't see that these days. You know, social media, the way journalism is being practiced now, have changed things that people give, most times people give opinions about things.
And call it
you
facts.
understand? So they don't report. And because they don't report, they don't go out to really get the fact of issues.
Absolutely.
As the case may be. So yes, it's good that he has put the record straight, but I think he should not really bother himself because that is the state of things that we are now. There are a lot of ignorant people who don't really know things, who don't really know what journalism is all about because, like I said, your primary duty as a journalist is to be a reporter.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, now that that's been cleared up, let's move straight to our next conversation. Now, power struggles are the heartbeat of politics. And for opposition politics in Nigeria, that pulse is beating again. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has confirmed that its 2027 presidential ticket will be zoned to the south. a decision that places Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and other southern heavyweights in the ring. At its National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja, the party also affirmed Umar Damagum as the substantive national chairman of the PDP. This puts an end to the uncertainty over the party's leadership structure. Now let's share the story by TVC News' Femi Akonde with you.
It seems the People's Democratic Party may now enjoy clear skies, as most of the issues tearing apart Nigeria's biggest opposition party are being resolved. First, the embattled national chairman has now gotten the backing of the National Executive Committee following his confirmation as substantive national chairman of the party.
I believe every member of the current NWC remain deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve this party faithfully these first years as we approach our 4th anniversary.
In recognition of the efforts of the National Working Committee under the leadership of Acting National Chairman Ambassador Ilia Umar Damagum in stabilizing the party, NEC hereby ratifies and confirms the appointment of Ambassador Ilia Umar Damagum as the substantive national chairman of the party.
All organs of the party are working towards ensuring a successful national convention scheduled for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan, Oyo State.
We are doing very well, very hard to ensure that we make our party the darling of Nigerians, where we have shown reticence, capacity, and of course unity between us.
Our diversity must remain our strength, never our weaknesses. Let us close ranks and forge ahead as one indivisible family.
The contentious issue of zoning was also settled as the National Convention Zoning Committee, led by Bayelsa Governor Duoye Diri, submitted its report to the party's National Executive Committee, and it was subsequently approved. This means presidential hopefuls from the South will have a field day when they begin to jostle for the party's ticket.
This committee is a committee that is zoning offices to North and South.
Having been retained in the northern region of the country, the presidential candidate of the party for the 2027 general election is thereby zoned to the southern region.
The PDP is staying on its toes to keep up with the evolving political trends ahead of the 2027 general election. The bigger threat for them could be the incumbent power of the APC and the emerging influence of the ADC. But with a united house, the PDP may withstand the test of time. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, thank you, Femi Akonde. So, all right, BK, the PDP zoning the presidential ticket to the South. Is this a step towards redemption for the PDP?
Well, if you recall, the party refused to zone the presidential ticket to the South in 2022 at a time when they had far more southern governors than northern governors. It was something that really disappointed a lot of their members, especially from the South. APC leaders pushed hard for power to go to the South, despite the fact that a preponderance of APC governors were from the North. So people felt, why should the PDP leaders behave like this? But it was clear that Atiku Abubakar desperately wanted to be the standard bearer of the party. And despite the fact that the party had given him a lot of opportunities that didn't lead to electoral victory, 2022, he got the nod again. That was why people like Wike and the governors, the G5 decided to work against their party. because they felt humiliated as governors from southern Nigeria who dominated the body of governors of PDP extraction. Yet, they could not get their party to look in the direction of the South. So that thing caused the party to be fractured. That thing cost the party victory in the last election. Look at how many states PDP used to control that they lost in the last election. Just do a quick rundown. The entire Southeast used to be
the PDP,
the playground of the PDP. They lost all those states. Even in the South that they thought they could do well, they also lost.
Because of that decision.
That decision was really hurt their chances. So this time around, the sentiment is that the South should be allowed to spend its 8 years before it goes back to the North. Whether it is Bola Tinubu or Peter Obi or anybody for that matter, the sentiment is that, look, this is an unwritten rule. Let the South spend its 8 years before the North takes another shot at it, because Buhari was there for
8 years.
8 years. You know, so they must be thinking that, well, at this time, it will sit well with the generality of party members if they allow if they zone it to the South, so that in case the PDP wins, the South will get, the South will have had
completed
8 years, you know, after Tinubu's first term. So this is the thing. But again, even from northern Nigeria, the youths are saying no. We oppose this. The youths. There's a group called the Joint Action Committee of Northern Youth Associations. They are saying no. The PDP, the North has always supported the PDP, but the North has only produced a president of Northern extraction for just 2.5 years. And it's true, when you
look at the calculation, exactly.
Was president for 8 years. And then Yar'Adua was there 2007 to May 2010 when he died. And then Jonathan, the Southerner,
completed.
Did around five years plus or so. 6. So that's the argument.
So the argument is
when
valid.
You look at it, Obasanjo had 8 years.
Yes.
From the South. Jonathan too came.
So it's only fair for them to... But if you look at this, is this a political masterstroke for the PDP? I mean, or is this a political stroke for the PDP shutting out the North?
I think...
with this zoning?
I think it's a game changer.
It's a game changer?
Yes, because it will make the 2027 presidential election very interesting. Very interesting because it means that already 2 of the major parties will have southern candidates. So if for whatever reason ADC come up with a northern candidate, that will be significant. But having said that, it is very interesting what is going on in PDP. They've decided that they've zoned the presidential primaries to the presidential candidates to the South. And right now, the person that is probably most favored is Seyi Makinde. But I'm hearing from the grapevine that Seyi Makinde is reluctant to run.
Step in.
What I'm hearing is that...
He came out to say he's going to run.
No, what
These are grapevine.
Yes, what some of the people who are close to me said is very uncomfortable to run. That is saying that he doesn't want to be seen to be the person that they are using against
another
President Ashwaju. Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So it is still possible that because if he runs, if he decides to run, as the way things are now, because he has the support of the Governors Forum, which is one of the strongest bloc in PDP, he probably gets the ticket.
But different names, they are throwing up different.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
whose advantage?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going. That's what I said. The source told me that it's reluctant.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody is reluctant, it is possible that at the end of the day, he may decide not to do it.
Oh, okay.
If he doesn't do that, if he doesn't run, it is not impossible. It is not impossible that the governors forum within PDP will convince Goodluck Jonathan to throw his hat into the ring.
Okay.
Because one of the options that they were looking at is that they want to pair Sheyi Makinde with the governor of Bauchi State,
Okay, Bala Mohammed.
Bala Mohammed. If for whatever reason Sheyi Makinde decides not to run,
Okay.
it is not unlikely that they might bring in Goodluck Jonathan and pair Bala Mohammed with him. If that happens,
Okay.
it's another game changer. Because the way ADC is constituted, Atiku will probably win
Of course.
their primaries.
Of course.
It is more or less an Atiku coalition.
Yes.
So, and then when you now see Atiku in ADC, you see Bola Ahmed Tinubu in APC, you see, let's say, Sheyi Makinde or Goodluck Jonathan in PDP, and you see Obi in Labour or wherever he may decide to go, it will make the election very interesting.
I mean, do you think this could pose a problem for the APC? I mean, to divide the votes in the South, you know. But we have a caller on the line. Hello, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, so
really?
I wanted to ask you, okay, now that it's now been zoned to the South, do you think this could pose a problem for the APC, dividing the votes in the South?
Okay, well, really, I was going to speak to the earlier topic you were talking about.
Okay, on the refineries.
Yes, on the refinery.
All right, talk to us. What are the evidence?
So I was just going to buttress the point earlier made by Babajide Kolade Otutoju.
Okay,
I was one of the journalists who visited Port Harcourt refinery when it became operational in December.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was announced in November, but we visited in December. And it is unfortunate that somebody else who is working on another TV station would be making such irresponsible and unethical statements about a journalist who actually visited the refinery and found it operational. The fact that the refineries might have problems today does not negate the fact that they worked at that point in time.
Yeah.
In fact, what the current managing director of NNPC has said is that at the time that what he had faulted was that they made the refinery to operate at a point where they were not fully ready.
Okay.
In the sense that it didn't make commercial sense to run those refineries at that point in time. There is no point at which the current management of the NNPC has said that the refineries never worked. So it's very wrong and very, very unfair to make such insinuations of a particular person to go on TV and disrespect a veteran journalist like Babajide Kolade Otutoju, who visited the refinery and saw it working. I visited the refinery in Port Harcourt.
So you also saw the flaring?
Journalists from that same TV station where this other gentleman works.
Okay.
So if he has any questions to ask, he should direct it to his colleague in that same TV station who visited that refinery along with us. So, and I stand by the fact that the refineries were operational. Not only journalists visited, we had people from the labor, we had experts.
Civil society,
who
NLC.
work in that industry, who attested to the fact. I saw the operation at the refinery working, and I saw tankers loading from that refinery. So, I mean, it's really unkind for someone to go on a tirade and be insulting people who have proven themselves as journalists in this field over time.
All right.
That's just my contribution to that.
All right, thank you very much. So that's another witness to show that
If you didn't leave your studio and some people went somewhere, how do you then diminish their work? They are doing
it's
what
unfair.
you are not committed to doing. They are doing what nobody knows you for doing.
That you ought to do.
that you ought to do as a
If you are a
journalist.
journalist, you should be a knowledge hunter. You should be doing stories.
Sure.
No one knows you for that. You don't have a reputation for doing that. And then you want to diminish people who have a history of going to where those stories are, who take the risk to go and bring stories. If all of us choose not to write stories, what will people be reading?
Nothing.
We can all sit down and just pay
Exactly.
to do stories now. But in some cases, we are happy even to add a line
You know,
to a piece of information that we got. Because that's the way we were brought up. We were not brought up to see opportunity for stories and simply duck. No. Even at the risk of our lives. I was in Kaduna, I told the soldiers at one day, I said, if you are ready to go to Warri, I'm ready. As long as you guys are ready, I'm ready. And we went together.
not many journalists can actually
what are we
dare
talking
to
about?
go, you know, to some of those places.
Only the deep can call to the deep.
Absolutely.
Those who are cowardly in the practice of their profession, they will never know what it takes to go and get stories. They will never.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick break. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go anywhere. Still Journalist Hangout.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, Guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Baba, I'm tired of losing on sport bets, so how do I improve my luck? Olu, you don't need any luck with N1 Bet Casino. With N1 Bet, you get triple luck.
You know feel lose anyway. N1 Bet's not the way. You get 20% cash back when you're betting no entire. You go get 100% on your first 3 deposits. And each deposit will be your chance to win 500k jackpot.
Play games and win with N1 Bet Casino.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. We still have Mayor Akimkolu right here and BKO. So BKO, before we went on that break, I asked you a question. It said, do you think this could pose a problem for the APC? You know, talk about dividing the votes in the South to the advantage of the North.
Yeah, but you know, the way this election, the way things are panning out, it could look very much like the last election.
True.
Because I don't see Peter Obi getting the ADC ticket, no matter what he does. I don't see. There's no way an Atiku Abubakar will make all of that sacrifice, and then you want to come and take the ticket. Atiku knew from the beginning that he would not get the PDP ticket. Recall that we had been talking about it here.
True.
That people like Bala, people like Wike, people like Makinde, that this time around they will not give him the ticket. He knew that that was what would happen. That was why he fled the PDP for them. He left it for those young talks. You know, people others will now, it was the party created for him. Do you know how many opportunities he's had?
And it's very valid.
Yes. So this time around, they must have said, okay, he knew it. He started working on a new platform. So there's no way that they will give Peter Obi the ADC ticket. Let him write it down today, that Peter Obi will be the flag bearer of ADC. He knows in his heart. He knows in his heart that that is not likely to happen. He cannot, if they do
primary.
There's no way he would defeat Atiku Abubakar. He's not even known to win such primaries. Usually they just give it to him on a platter. He has not got the capacity to spend the kind of money that people spend to win primaries. This is a fact. Because we know his political history. They usually will say, okay, take it on a platter. Did he do primary to be candidate of the Labour Party? No. So if he has to go to a primary with Atiku, is that easy to predict?
Very easy to predict.
So that is why he will still want to put 1.5 legs in Labour Party. Believing that the courts as well as the INEC will resolve the leadership crisis of the party in his favor. Many of us see his faction as the mainstream faction. That's how I feel. I've been saying it for long. Yes. And I believe that that is where, once they had their sole governor on their side and many of the National Assembly members on their side, it is clear that that is the mainstream.
Exactly.
And usually that is the way INEC thinks. So INEC may end up, or I'm confident INEC will end up recognizing that faction, which will enable him to contest on the platform. So at the end of the day, you have an Atiku at 80 contesting against Tinubu, Peter Obi. Kwankwaso, most likely to, he would like to contest because he sees himself as good as any other person.
Absolutely.
You know? So, and he does not want to even talk about Atiku. They are not on.
They can't be in the same.
He called Atiku a liar at 80 the other day. If you open your mouth to talk about an old person like that, he says a lot about how you value him or how you refuse to value him.
Absolutely.
So I see, when you're talking about votes being divided, I see votes being divided
all over.
All over.
Yes.
Even in the north.
Yes.
All over, yes.
Mr. President needs to improve on his post-election management of people.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the truth.
That's a valid point.
So, if it does that and does it well, people like Makinde may ultimately not even contest. Because unfortunately for Makinde, people are even abusing him now that he's in the race to play the spoiler. Some are even saying he's in the race to play the spoiler against Tinubu, which I do not think that is the truth. The man thinks that is good enough to contest, and he has said, I want to contest. But people are now on both sides. They distrust him. They think that, he is Tinubu's person, is just pretending. Maybe because in the 2023 election,
they work together.
They work together.
Yes.
And,
in fact, his own candidates lost the National Assembly elections. It was a big blow.
Yeah.
Most of the seats were won by APC.
Okay.
Because the instruction had been given, go and vote for APC. So a lot of people are still not happy that happened. But so that's why I do not see, I still think that the president can reach out to him.
Okay.
You know, at least he has friends amongst today's governors, people like Dapo Abiodun. He can still reach out to him, which may affect, which may determine whether he will contest or not. But I also know, just as Mayor said, that there is a big effort to draft Goodluck Jonathan into that race.
Into the race.
And Bala Mohammed sees himself as somebody who can
that can also show his heart in the ring.
And this, what they have done by making Damagum substantive chairman is just for 3 months.
Yes.
It's just for 3 months because at their convention they are going to have fresh election.
Yes.
Now, we don't know, since they simply zoned to the north.
Okay.
We don't know whether they will now microzone to northeast, which will enable Damagum to contest again. If he's to continue, because his term, just like those of others, will end in 3 months.
In 3 months.
So that's November.
Yes. So he has to now decide whether he wants to contest or not. But in all of this, people are watching. What will Wike do?
That's the key.
Yes. Will he go to court to try to stop the convention.
Because he has said that the convention will not happen.
Yeah, party members are apprehensive about what he could do. And even the governors have managed him the best way that they think they can, because some NWC members actually wanted him punished. They broached the idea, but the governor said no. He still has friends.
Yeah, he has lots of friends. He has lots of friends.
The Adama man, the Zamfara man, he still has friends. And he still has people even in the ESCO. So they just felt, no, don't
Let
do
us
it.
manage him.
You can manage him.
All right, Mayor, I need you to round up on this whole PDP matter and also the decision to retain Umar Damagum as the substantive chairman. Your thoughts on it?
Yes, they have no choice. They have to. It's easier for the party to retain Damagum because it's there already.
And he has been acting for too long.
Acting for so long. And then in another 3 months, when they have their convention, they're going to have an election. So it makes sense for him to be there. But what I'm looking at is that if things pan out the way we have discussed it, 2027 will be very interesting. But I still see APC having a slight edge for several reasons.
Okay.
One, Obi is not as strong as he used to be.
Okay.
The factors that made him a super candidate in 2023, they are no longer there. NSAS, there are young people who are angry, they were looking for somebody that can channel their side, the Muslim ticket. And then you will see pastors playing politics from the pulpit and trying to see it as a war against Christianity, even Mossab and their intimidation of the politicians from the East. So because of that, all the politicians in the East told themselves that, look, we can vote for our candidates in the other election, but when it comes to presidential election, so he had over 90-something% because they are scared that there could be attack. All those ones are not there. So people, most of the obedience on social media, they will know that they don't conduct polling. There's no polling units on the social media. So it's not as strong as it used to be. In the case of Goodluck Jonathan will realize that things have changed.
Yes.
Since the last time he was in power, things have changed. Because APC is very strong in the South now.
So you won't advise him to take the bait?
I won't advise him to take the bait because already it's a statesman now. It's a word that claims statesman. Well respected.
Exactly.
I think he should just stay there and you see, if you have opportunity...
So the election could demystify
him. If you have opportunity of ruling a country for 6 years. He was president for 6 years. 2 years during the time of... when vice president taking over from Yaradua, and then 4 years, I think that is enough for him to just keep himself and not get involved with this.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation. Now, when dealing with the rising tide of insecurity, a unified defense strategy is non-negotiable. That's the strategy that the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is adopting as it prepares to launch a counter-terrorism force across the sub-region. The bloc is mobilizing a 260,000-strong rapid deployment force designed to confront extremist groups and restore stability in West Africa. ECOWAS Commission President Omar Toure disclosed that the initiative will prioritize frontline states battling terrorism and armed groups. Finance and defense ministers from member countries are expected to meet in Abuja to finalize modalities for the force, which is projected to cost about $2.5 billion annually. Mayor, the ECOWAS mobilizing 260,000 forces for joint war against terrorism. Is this a step in the right direction
not only a step in the right direction, it's the best decision that they could make.
What makes it the best?
Because the major problem that we have concerning terrorism is that we are isolating it in the way we fight terrorism.
Okay.
In other words, Nigeria will fight terrorists when things become so difficult. They will move from that place and move to Cameroon or move to Niger.
Okay.
Niger will fight, they will move to another place. If we have a rapid force of 260,000, which is a huge force, you understand? We will be able to fight these terrorists at the same time. And I've been saying it, the only way you can defeat them is to fight them at the same time. If you fight them like we are fighting bandits, and you fight them in Kaduna, they move to Zamfara. Then after some time, they will come back, you'll fight them, they move to Niger. You come back, they move to Katsina. You can't win that battle because you're making it easier for them to become very difficult to confront.
Yes.
But when you have a force, a West African force, you understand that you can deploy. You understand? You deploy all those soldiers across battle lines, across countries, all those frontline countries.
Yes.
And you are fighting them at the same time. So when you are fighting them, it is difficult for them to move because already there's a force in Niger, there's a force in Cameroon. You understand? There's a force that will back up. So when you move from this place, you cannot go and hibernate and come back another time. But the only problem that I have is, would they be able to raise the funds to do it? Because the funding. A lot of countries in West Africa see Nigeria as a big brother. In most cases, they push it to Nigeria to solve their problems.
Yeah, during the time of ECOWAS,
yes,
Nigeria
ECOWAS and all that, yes.
And
I don't think we have the resources to be able to come with that fund. But if, for example, foreign countries could come to fighting, especially America, fighting terrorists, can come and support us with the required funding, and then they can now mobilize soldiers from all the West African countries. It will be a perfect
one.
Perfect
I
one,
mean,
yes.
another problem, BKO, given that some West African countries are pulled out of ECOWAS, will the military juntas fully cooperate with the ECOWAS troops here?
It has made it much more difficult, but I recall that the Chief of Air Staff told us, in spite of this disagreement, that they sometimes help to deal with some of these insurgents trying to cross the border into Nigeria. So there were occasions when the soldiers helped, because they also know that we need to work together. From the Nigerian end, we can stop these people from moving into Niger, for example, because we have an extensive border with Niger. And they too also know that it makes sense to also help us. So in spite of the fact that some of these West African countries have left the Union, the servicemen from those countries still assist Nigerian troops. Look at. But of course, even without them, we can still have collaboration, we can still work with other neighboring countries, other West African countries. Cameroon is there, Benin Republic is there, because the Mahmoudawas, for example, they are also operating in Benin Republic, especially in the Kwara area, the Barutin-speaking area. They are also, those guys are also going, they are crossing the border to operate in Benin Republic. So we know, and in Cameroon, Boko Haram is active. They still have some active cells inside Cameroon.
Exactly.
You know, there was a report that I read recently that along the Cameroon border, that they killed a lot of ISWAP guys, and we still have Chad. Chad is still on our side, working with us, you know. The other day, they arrested the son of the founder of Boko Haram,
Mohammed Yusuf.
Mohammed Yusuf. So we still have countries in the sub-region that we can work with to ensure that these threats are eliminated. And don't also forget, today you may not see those threats in Ghana, for example, but it doesn't mean that it cannot get to Ghana.
In fact, it has started in the northern part of Ghana.
In the northern part of Ghana.
So because in the past, Nigeria didn't have this problem.
True.
Chad had problems for years with insurgents, but we didn't have. But today, we are bound to live with it. And that's the way it is with Cameroon too. Cameroon is facing multiple insurgency. You know, so I believe that this is a good decision on their part. I was reading about terrorism, and I read that 51% of deaths worldwide in 2024 were terrorism related. So it means that this is a big global threat that we need to address. And then the threats are growing and they are more coordinated than we think. So we need a coordinated response to deal with coordinated threats from insurgents, from Islamists, from as far as Burkina.
So they chip in and take part also part of it, so that we'll be able to, because since the fall of
Gaddafi,
and the Republic, what's now this? The ISWAP is affiliated to.
Is it Somalia?
The Caliphate.
Okay, the Caliphate.
Yes,
okay.
Since the end of the Caliphate, you understand. Terrorism activities is more in Africa now than in other parts of the world.
Okay.
So this is like the theater of war for terrorism. So they can now come in and try to assist us financially.
Now let's also look at the command structure. How will it be structured? Is it going to be, because looking at different countries varying, the issue of languages, is it going to be based here in Nigeria?
They've not come up with the structure, because you know this is still
on the planning stage.
Embryonic stage. But if you look at what we have with our neighbors, which came up as a result of the threat posed by Boko Haram.
Okay, the MNJTF.
Yes. The headquarters is in N'Djamena, but it is under a Nigerian commander.
Okay.
It's always been like that. Nigerian commander in charge, but the headquarters is in N'Djamena. You know, I think right now it's General Mutkut, who had worked in Malam Fatori and other places. Is the current commander of the MNJTF.
Okay.
You know? So I believe that they will work out the command and control structure, and hopefully the politicians who take the political decisions will be able to bring the funds that is needed to set up this standby force. But I know that even the president talked about it a long time ago.
Oh yes, he did.
That ECOWAS.
Okay, the ECOWAS standby force.
Yes, that there will be an ECOWAS standby force.
Yeah, when that was that coup.
Yeah,
yes,
the coup.
Yes, he said it at that time. So, and the CDS is also is working towards that. I know that he has visited some of the neighboring African countries, you know, to have conversation and engagement with his colleagues in those places. I've seen pictures. So I know that sooner than later, they will be able to put this force together. And I'm very sure 260,000 is a formidable...
very, very formidable.
So they will be able to help us deal with the threats, you know, from different parts.
From different parts.
West Africa.
How do you weigh in on this?
Yeah, like I said, it's a very good initiative. And I also believe that we can collaborate even with the countries that have left, because right now, Mali is having serious problem with terrorism, and now it's also prevalent in Burkina Faso. Yes. Those are one of the two.
Talking about that, the intelligence sharing among the member countries.
Yes, they have to do that. That's why I said that. I see the security. I see the security agencies cooperating, even those who have left ECOWAS because of their own threat to their own existence, they will be forced to cooperate.
Will they be willing to share intelligence?
They have to do that. That's what I'm saying. They have to do that because, like I said, Mali now, terrorism is a strong problem now in Mali. And then it's running its head now in Burkina Faso, especially the northern part of Burkina Faso.
Yes.
So they have no choice but to collaborate with the security agencies in the ECOWAS, the member countries. So, because like even those who are not even here, America, EU, will be forced to do that because they know that what terrorism can do to them and what terrorism has been doing to them. So, it's an initiative that is good, and I think that will work. The only thing we need is basically financing. The command and control structure is no problem. Traditionally, a Nigerian general will probably be in control of it. One, we have more experience. We have a bigger army. You understand?
Yes.
We have a bigger army.
So we are going to contribute.
So yeah, then we are going to contribute. Yeah, we are going to contribute
the most troops.
We are going to contribute the most of the funding. So
almost the same like ECOWAS. Because
ECOWAS. You know, ECOWAS was supposed to be. The ECOWAS was supposed to, because I remember that Dele Momodu and I visited Sierra Leone during the time, and we could see that most of the people on ground are Nigerian soldiers. Yes. Though it's ECOWAS, but most of them are Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian equipment. So I don't see that as a problem. What I think is the will to do it, and then to be able to raise the necessary funds, and I think will be good.
Absolutely. He said they don't have a choice but to share intelligence,
no,
whether you're a member of ECOWAS or not.
They don't. You see, this is it's a threat that is real, and no one is insulated from it. And once you know that, you then know that you have to work together. It's like in a place of work, you don't have to be friends to work together.
Get the job done.
You know what is important is
get the job done.
And we've seen footballers who don't talk to one another, but when they have the opportunity, when he knows that even that player that
playing the same team,
yes, you know, this guy in Bayern Munich, this French guy, the one with the scar face, Ribéry, and one other player, they were on talking terms. But if he sees that he's in a good position to score, he will pass to him.
But anyway, gentlemen, beautiful one. May I keep calling? So nice to have you here, on the show. BKO, as always, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this with us. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial *900# and recharge 100 Naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial *900#. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
I'm a real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. I'm Larry Saunilu, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. A relatively short history since independence, remarkable achievements have unfolded. However, we can only acknowledge these successes if we choose to focus on the positive. Remember, you cannot see the light if you keep your eyes closed. Great things are happening to many Nigerians. Our country is a land of opportunities for those who are positive. At the National Orientation Agency, we are committed to highlighting the many uplifting stories under the Renewed Hope agenda. We invite you to listen to the testimonies of fellow Nigerians who are experiencing the positive impact of government initiatives and Nigerian environment. Nigeria is thriving for millions in extraordinary ways, but it requires a mindset of optimism and a heartfelt love for our country to truly appreciate this progress. Join us on this journey of growth. Our cup is half full, not half empty. Embrace positivity and be a proud Nigerian. I am a proud Nigerian.
Sunana Hamza Yusuf Salisu, gida a Gwamba Barago, gida Lejaya, Lafiya Road a Kwanga. Kafin fara aiki da su abubuwan da nake fuskanta a gefen harkokina na sana'a na shine matsaloli na rashin kayan